All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on machine learning. It often feels like some kind of magic, right? But I promise by the end of this explainer, you're going to see it for what it is. A powerful method, a tool that pretty much anyone can get their head around and even start to use. So let me ask you this. Do you ever feel just completely overwhelmed by all the decisions you have to make? I mean, from what to watch next on a streaming service to huge things like what career path to go down, our world is just packed with choices. Some choices are super easy. Buying a bottle of water? Done, no sweat. But a new smartphone? Whoa, suddenly you're drowning in all these details, right? You've got price, speed, weight, storage, and our brains just aren't built to juggle all that at once. The real problem isn't the choice itself. It's that comparing all those tricky little factors becomes incredibly difficult. And that's exactly where we need a new kind of tool for our crazy, complex world. So let's introduce machine learning. And listen, forget all the scary jargon for a second. Just think of it like this. It's a new kind of hammer, built for a new kind of nail. This right here is the absolute core idea. Machine learning is like a superpower for your brain. It's not here to replace you or your judgment. No way. It's here to extend it. Kind of like how a telescope extends your sight, this extends your ability to judge, helping you make better, faster decisions. So let's talk about getting this new superpower. See, when most people hear machine learning, their brain immediately jumps to, complicated math and years of coding. But here's the secret we're going to focus on. It's really about adopting a new mindset, not just memorizing formulas. One of our sources just puts this so perfectly. Check this out. Imagine you're not a student, but an engineer with a desperate problem to solve. Suddenly, learning becomes your savior, not your dictator. Wow, that just changes everything, doesn't it? Learning isn't a chore anymore. It's the exact tool you need to fix something that matters to you. Okay, so let's find our own desperate problem. How about a common bad habit, like nail biting? To build a machine learning solution for this, it's basically just 3 simple steps. First, we've got to collect data. So we'd gather a ton of pictures of nail-biting hands and normal hands. Second, we train the machine. We just feed it all those images we labeled. And third, the machine creates a model. It literally learns how to judge, to tell the difference. So what in the world is this model? It's the most important term to get. Really, think of it as the judgment or even the wisdom that the machine gets from all that data. It's the actual thing that's created from the training, a little piece of digital insight you can now use. This is the heart and soul of machine learning's power. Okay, so we've got the engineer's mindset. Now we need to actually learn the machine's language. And you guessed it, that language is data. And how do we speak data? Well, it all starts with something you already know, a simple table. This is probably the most important tool in all of machine learning. Seriously, imagine you're running a little lemonade stand. You can organize your reality into simple columns and rows. What was the temperature? And how many cups did we sell? So simple, right? But this structure, it's unbelievably powerful. And inside that table, we have to start thinking in terms of cause and effect. The cause, that's what we call the independent variable. It's the thing that influences the outcome, like the temperature. And the effect, that's the dependent variable. It's the thing we're trying to predict, like our sales. Getting this cause and effect relationship in your head is just fundamental. Okay, we know how to talk to the machine now. So what do we ask it to do? Well, it turns out there are 3 main paths to creating this machine intelligence. 3 different schools of magic, if you like. First up, we have supervised learning. The best analogy for this is studying for a test with the answer key right there. You give the machine data that already includes the right answers, just like our lemonade data had the temperature and the exact number of sales. The machine's job is to learn the relationship. That makes it perfect for things like predicting house prices or filtering spam email. Path number 2 is totally different. It's called unsupervised learning. This is like being dropped into a brand new city with no map at all. You just give the machine a whole bunch of data and you say, go find something interesting. You're asking it to find patterns on its own. This is all about exploration and discovery. Things like finding natural groups of customers or clustering related news stories together. And our third and final path is reinforcement learning. Now, this is a lot like mastering a video game. The machine learns through pure trial and error. It takes an action, and if that action gets it closer to its goal, boom, it gets a reward. It just keeps doing that over and over until it gets really good. This is how you train a robot to walk, or how an AI can become a chess grandmaster. Okay, so you've learned the language, you know the main paths. Now we get to the really practical part, your map. Think of this as a super simple guide for choosing the right tool for whatever problem you want to solve. So here's how the map works. You start by asking yourself one simple question. Do I have past data where I already know the outcomes? You know, like our lemonade stand, where we knew the temperature and the sales for every single day. If the answer is yes, I do, then you ask the next question. Is the outcome you're trying to predict a number? Are you trying to guess how many lemonades will we sell, or what will the stock price be? And if the answer to that is yes, if you are predicting a specific number, the tool you're looking for is called regression. It's a powerful technique made specifically for this type of problem. So just lock this away. Predicting a number, think regression. But what if you're not predicting a number? What if the outcome you want is a category, a group, a name? You know, like, is this email spam or not spam? Or, going back to our other example, is this a picture of nail biting or not? Well, if you're trying to predict a category, the tool for that job is called classification. And there you have it. That's your basic guide for the most common type of machine learning. If you have data with answers and you're predicting a number, use regression. If you're predicting a name or a category, use classification. Simple as that. And you know, this brings us to a really powerful thought. One source put it so well. The moment you use these tools, you are no longer just a consumer of technology, you are a producer. So just take a second and think about what we covered. This wasn't just a bunch of definitions. You now have that engineer's mindset, and you have a practical map to start turning really complex problems into really exciting possibilities. So really, there's only one thing left to ask. Now that you have the map, what problems are you gonna solve?